everybody? This is Trevor Williams with Guns Up Nation, joined by Kyle Umlang, co-host of the Statistics Pod. You can follow him on Twitter at Kyle Umlang. Kyle, how are you today?
I'm fantastic. How y'all doing?
Doing good. Thanks so much for joining me. I want to start off here. What were your expectations for the UT team coming into the year, being that it was the first year under new coach Steve Sarkisian?
A lot of people ask me that, and I was very conservative. I went with ESPN's FPI. They projected 8 wins.
Okay.
And I thought, that's fair. Brand new system, brand new coaches, brand new culture trying to be brought into the locker room.
Yep.
You can't really come in and expect 12 wins right off the bat. So I thought 8 was fair. The Louisiana game was easier than I thought it was. The Arkansas game was harder than I thought it was. So I thought we might lose one of those. So we did. I think we might lose 2 or 3 Big 12 games. So still on track for those 8 wins. I would love more, but right. I will not be upset if we get 8.
Sure.
Yeah.
And so, like you said, Louisiana game went about as smooth as anybody could have wished for on the UT side there. Then obviously the hiccup in week 2, coming with a little bit of a quarterback controversy, going with, Hudson Card kind of getting forced out of the shuffle there. So what's the current state of the quarterback room?
Casey Thompson is QB1, and he is QB1 for the foreseeable future. As Sark says, the ball just moves when he's in command.
Okay.
Whether that's the wide receivers being open and catching, whether that's Bijan and Roshan finding holes and running through, they just seem to mold and meld and jive better with him calling the shots. So he will be the starter for Tech, and like I said, going forward, he should be the starter. He just has that moxie, that experience that I think is lacking with Hudson Card, who is a great quarterback.
Sure.
He just gets a little shaken up. So, yeah.
And was that a surprise to, I guess, you or anyone in particular that Hudson seemed to have such a short leash there early in the year?
Yeah, I thought during halftime of the Arkansas game on Twitter, I was like, okay, it's Casey time. Put him in. Hudson's not he's not driving with the offense. Something's wrong. Let's see if Casey can do a little better. And, give Card a break. I remember in the OU Texas game last year, Spencer Rattler was not doing well. And they took him out, put in the backup, I think scored a touchdown. They threw Rattler back in. And he was just fine the rest of the game. So I think even a starter can take a break and still come back in. But I think there was such a difference with what Casey did when he was in versus what Card did. I knew he wasn't going to come back in.
Sure.
I was surprised that he lost the starting position for Rice, but I thought it was like a big deal that Sark kind of went back on his first thought and said, you know what, Casey's gonna be the starter, which I know past head coaches would not have done it. They would have just dug their heels in and stuck by their decision and not really admitted any kind of mistake, which I thought was a good thing for Sark to do.
Yeah, definitely a good sign to be able to admit your mistakes early rather than late.
Right.
So what's been the biggest surprise to you so far this season, whether it be good or bad?
Probably the offensive line not being as robust as I thought it would be. We've had freshman quarterbacks start before. Shane Buechele and Sam Elling were both freshmen when they had their first start. And I thought the offensive lines then were kind of rough. And we had a little bit more experience this time around. So, and with the performance against Louisiana, I just thought we were in a better spot with that scenario. But Arkansas exposed that.
Sure.
Back to the drawing board. But Sark again was like, I want to keep these same starters in. They need experience together, which I agree with. So I think they'll get better.
Yeah.
You can't be perfect your first go around. So
Sure.
I think they'll get better.
Yeah, very well. And who has been the defensive unit's best player so far this year?
Foster's really come out and done well. He had a great interception that got some momentum back for Texas against Arkansas. He's been a good leader. I think he's a senior this year. I was expecting Jameson to be the leader, but like he's really stepped up, which I was really impressed with. I do like Deshaun Jameson though. He's really good. I would like for him to get a kickoff return for touchdown. He had one against Louisiana, but it was called back for a penalty. So he'll get one this year, maybe against Tech. We'll see.
Yeah, very well. And so leading into kind of more of a matchup question here. So through 3 games, Tech has the 8th ranked run defense in the country, a shock to us all. So I want to know if you think Robinson's going over or under 100 rushing yards only this Saturday.
I'm going to say over, and I'll tell you why. Tech has played Stephen F. Austin, FIU, and Houston. So I do not think they've seen a Bijan type player. I think it'll be a big difference. I'm very excited to see what kind of holes our struggling offensive line can open for him against Tech. So I think that is what I'm looking forward to the most out of like matchups. Against Arkansas, they stuffed him. They were tackling Bijan before he even got to the line of scrimmage. I'm hoping it's a little better than that against Tech.
Yeah, Bijan's one of the best running backs in the country. It's definitely going to be the first real test of the season, I'd say.
Yes,
for that Tech team.
For sure.
And just overall, if you could write it down on a piece of paper, what's the recipe for Texas winning on Saturday?
Don't let the deep ball get to the quarterback, which I think we've struggled with that with the deep ball for years. I don't know why. And Tech is the team that worries me the most with deep balls. All they do is pass it. They have quarterbacks that pass for 500 yards all the time. Yeah. So I'm mostly worried about the quarterback not getting pressure and just having all day to throw. I think if our defensive line can get to him, I think we'll be in a much better position to win. So getting to the quarterback, the offensive line giving Casey Thompson enough time to make his passes, because we got some great wide receivers. Xavier Worthy really lit Rice up. He's a freshman. Jordan Whittington's great. He's been injured for 2 years. This is kind of like his freshman year because he played like a game or two his freshman and sophomore year. So he's kind of like a newbie too. So we got some new wide receiver talent, and I want them to get some more experience so they can get open. I just need Casey to have time to throw it to him. So the OL needs to step up, give him some time to throw, and opposite, our DL needs to get to the quarterback. Sure. I think if those 2 things happen, easy win. Okay. If not, it might be a 2020 scenario where we're going to overtime. Sure. I do not want that.
And I know you hinted at the beginning there with the projected 8 wins, and that's kind of a fair assessment in your eyes.
Yeah.
Based on what you've seen so far, how do you think they finish off the season?
I was more worried about OU, but as the weeks go on, I'm less and less worried. That's a rivalry game. It's kind of a toss-up now. Who knows what could happen in a rivalry game? I'm worried about K-State. They look phenomenal. West Virginia looks good. That's 2 right there. We can never beat TCU for some reason. So that right there is loss number 4, which is 8-4. So in regular season, which is exactly where I put us. So between TCU, West Virginia, K-State, and Oklahoma, I could see us losing 3 of those. Okay. I could see it. I would love to lose less, but those are the 4 games I'm most worried about.
Fair enough. And one last thing, what's a final score prediction for Saturday's game?
I'm going to say 41-31 Texas.
Okay. Fair enough there. Well, Thank you so much, Kyle. Once again, Trevor Williams here with Thumbs Up Nation, joined by Kyle Umlang, co-host of the Statistics Pod. You can follow him on Twitter at Kyle Umlang, just like it sounds. Kyle, thanks so much for your time. Hoping for a good game Saturday, and good luck to you guys the rest of the way.
Yeah, same to you, except for Saturday.